it's I don't know, just excited to get out of here with all three games. Came down here a little beat up again, just playing guys that hadn't played much all year, and seemed like they just kept making good plays in the field, advancing runners, and helping the team win. We did a great job hitting two outs because I think we might have scored just about all our runs with two outs. It just was it was a great day for us, having a chance to come out here and sweep and facing a really good pitcher. I mean, incredible arm. I guess he throws with both arms, which is really amazing. And we got his pitch count up and fouled off a lot of pitches and took some big swings with like I said, with two outs, runners on, drove in a lot of runs there, and pitching, they held them down. Good offense, held them down all weekend, really.
Tom?
Yeah. Hey, Dave, can you believe with all that you've gone through that you guys now are tied with Vanderbilt atop the whole league? And it just seems kind of unreal,
Yeah. Yeah, the team's kind of unreal, to be honest with you. They just believe they can win, and they just show up. And that's what I said yesterday. They show up every day to play, and they think they can win. And if you don't think you can win, you're not going to win as many as you should. And they did it this weekend now. But yeah, I mean, I'm obviously we're all happy where we are. We're just trying to win today, and try not to worry about everybody else. And guys are getting ready to finish up school this week, and now we got South Carolina coming in that struggled at Kentucky, so I'm sure we'll get their best shot next weekend.
Hey, how big was Brady Slavens for you this weekend? Moving up in the order, and he homered in all three games. What would you say?
Man, it was big. Putting him in the four hole, I was just trying to show him a little bit of confidence, especially with a couple of guys out. And I don't know if he'll stick there when we get our two other outfielders back, but he had some really good at bats and some big swings, and help us get the lead. And just really happy for him that that he had such a good weekend. And obviously probably wouldn't have won a couple of games without him.
Andrew Ellis.
Yeah, Coach, probably the best outing for Zach Morris, really going back to the fall even. And, it seemed like his velo was up a little bit. Just how encouraging was to see him, do what he's done for you before, but do it so well today.
Yeah, the game, it seems like a month ago, that game we lost in Little Rock. I guess that was last Tuesday. Seems like a couple of weeks ago. I thought Zach threw extremely well. And so that's maybe the beauty of a midweek game. Even though you don't win it, you get to see some things and get some guys out there. And he threw really well. And the thing that a lot of people don't know is that we had him up and down the bullpen a couple of times this weekend. So he threw a lot of pitches, not just the ones you saw in the game, but getting up, pitching, not coming in. And because we had him hot last night until we got the last out. So just a really good job of Zach really helping us out today.
And with Holland, it seemed like his stuff was better today than it was last week. Did you anticipate it would probably be a shorter outing for him? Just kind of what'd you see from his outing?
Yeah, his stuff was a lot better, and he was missing, but he was just missing. I mean, it was a ball or two off. It's not like he was a foot off. And, he got himself into trouble. He got behind, or, that's usually when they got him. But it was almost like he was just a little rusty. And, I think we were all encouraged by what we saw, really good stuff, and maybe just not quite the command that he had maybe 3 or 4 weeks ago. I'm guessing we'll see the command next weekend.
Robert.
Coach, we had a Mississippi State reporter tell us in the press box that their dugout was getting kind of angry with the way that you guys were just making play after play. What did you think of the way your defense played today and all weekend, really?
That was the first thing I talked about after today's game, was that our defense was outstanding all weekend. And just like today, they gave Bolton an error on that ball in the hole. And I guess when you make 2 or 3 plays that are amazing like that on the weekend, they think you're supposed to make it every time. And he knew he had to get rid of that ball extremely quick, and he did. And he short hopped the first baseman, and he didn't pick it. They gave him an error. I think it was a hit, but I thought we played super defense. I don't know if we made an error yesterday. Maybe we did in the outfield on a throw and another throw, but we made play after play, double plays, and just fielded all the ground balls. Bolton made some extremely tough come and get it type plays that sometimes people take for granted. Those are really, really difficult plays and slowed them down offensively.
And then Jason Jones drew into the lineup today, got hit in the head. Looked like he was pretty angry walking off the field. Is he doing okay physically?
Yeah, he's fine. He wanted to stay in. I just said, I didn't want him to stay in. And, there's a new rule this year that I don't know, maybe not this year, but it's a rule that because of the concussion protocol, if he's okay, I can actually put him back in the game. I've never done that, but we had the option to put him back in an inning or two down as long as we wanted, I guess. I'm guessing that he has to go into the exact same spot in the lineup, obviously. But once we got to a certain point, we just left defense out there. And, I thought that Neville made a really nice play on that ball, hit down the line, because when he left the bat, we didn't know if he was going to get there, and he got there easy, made it look easy.
Hodge.
Dave, going back to Holland, it looked like he had strike three in the third inning to end the inning, and then it kind of little snowball. There was a couple of balks and walks. Just what did you see from that sequence?
It was definitely a strike. Hitters, 5'7", 5'8". It wasn't low. I think the umpire knew it was a strike, kind of with the little conversations that Coach Hobbs and I had with him later between innings a little bit. And, it is what it is. You got to overcome. And he rolled through a couple of pitches, and those were balks. And, it didn't cost us the game. So hopefully he learned something from it. It won't happen again. And, that was in the dugout with a 3-run lead. And next thing you know, it's 3-3. And you kind of knew it was going to happen. They got a power hitter up, and he's frustrated, and he leaves one up, and he hits one off the scoreboard. So good job by the offense coming back and popping 3 runs in with 2 outs. I think it was a bases loaded double with an 0-2 count. And just a really big hit there by Borfin.
It was a little bit back and forth there for a couple innings. Y'all scored 5, but then Adcock went out and had the 1-2-3 inning. Just how big was that inning for y'all?
That was real big. I mean, that was the talk in the dugout, in the dugout, that we need to shut down inning, get back in the dugout. We're hoping we could pop one in and score another run. We did, and then they scored 2. But after that was all the scoring. I kept thinking we need to score another run or 2. And fortunately, Zach did a great job, and Parker Coyle came in and threw, I think, 8 fastballs and got 3 ground balls. It was nice.
Tom Morales, anything else?
Yeah, Coach, I believe your top 4 hitters combined for all 11 runs driven in, all the hits. Just what'd you make of the way those guys really did all the damage and took control of the game?
Yeah, I mean, they kind of took control of the game. Really the first 2 games at the bottom of the order had really helped us score runs with, hits or advancing runners. But what the bottom of the order did was get on base for those guys. And obviously Kendall Diggs with 1 swing drove in 4, and Borfin drove in 4 with 2 swings. And, McLaughlin and Slavens, each drove in a run, and 1 drove in 2. And it was just, it's a super job. That they were on base 8, 9, and then all the way around. They did a good job for us.
Hodge, last one.
Yeah, Dave, with Holland, is his leg back to 100% or close to it, or how is he doing with the leg?
Yeah, it's not 100%, but a lot of the pain's gone. So, he'll continue to monitor that and work on that this week, and hopefully we can get that to the point where he doesn't even think about it anymore.
Hey, Dave, last quick something.
Yeah.
Wagner and Josenberger, you feel pretty good for the coming weekend or what?
Wagner's getting the 2 pins out of his thumb tomorrow. And, then it's kind of just up to him.
Right.
So I'm hoping that he'll be taking the bat by Wednesday or something. Who knows? And I think Josenberger would tell you he's about 80, 85%. I put him on the roster, but I didn't want to run him. And they've been working extremely hard with our strength coach and our trainer, stretching and running and exercising and, trying to get right. So hopefully by Wednesday, we'll know if they're going to be able to go Friday.
Thanks.
Coach, thanks.
Okay, see you guys.